What if your home could feel like a luxury 5-star hotel, effortless and created just for you? In today's video, I'm going to give you tips and advice on how to make your home be like a 5-star luxury hotel. Hello, I'm Tracey, and I'm using my wealth of knowledge and expertise to bring you all that I know about luxury and how you can bring this into your life on any budget. So just to give you a little bit of background here. Over the last 20 years, I've stayed in the world's most luxurious hotels, and also I used to sell into luxury hotels as well. And I have learned so much by either staying or by visiting them. The first tip I'm going to give you on how to elevate your space is scenting. Now, I spent a lot of years talking about scenting and the importance of scenting. And I have sold into the world's most well-known hotels for scenting as well. So the smells that they use are the more high-end scents. And what are they? Well, they're looking for the more woodier type scents. So these are the more discreet scents. They don't want an overpowering scent. They want a scent which is discreet, but it's enough for you to be able to subtly smell it in the air, and it has a high-end smell. Like I say, it's the more woodier scent. So if you see, say, diffusers or candles, and you're looking to elevate your space, look for things that say it has woody as the actual scenting itself. Things that have things like oak, things like maybe moss also is quite nice. Oud, for instance. Oud, oh my goodness, oud. I love the smell of oud. It just smells so high end. But this is gonna surprise you with what I'm about to say, and that is the smell of its tobacco leaves. Now, don't think cigarettes here, because I cannot stand the smell of cigarette smoke, but tobacco itself, the tobacco leaf, which is used in really high-end fragrances, oh my goodness, it just smells so expensive. So if you're looking to elevate your space, then look for the more woodier types of scents. And how would you put them out? Just simple things like diffusers, buy some candles, for instance. Maybe you're looking to sell your home and you think, I want to elevate the space. Now, the thing is, though, what people don't realize as well, there are studies done, and the effects of scenting go far beyond what people actually think. So when people smell scent, like I say, even if it's very subtly done in the background, it triggers things in your brain. It actually makes you go, oh my goodness. It will either bring back a memory, or it can bring you emotions. And in the case of hotels, they're looking for emotions of richness, of luxury. So it's not a case of going, when people are talking about scenting some Febreze or some cheap sprays to go round, they don't want that. It's all about creating high-end scenting, like I say, discreet, so it's got the undertone going through. Honestly, I have sold to high-end hotels the contracts for scenting, and they want, like I say, a very discreet high-end scent because they know how important scenting is. And did you know, right, people spend longer in scented areas? Studies are done on this where they've done studies on an unscented area and a scented area, and people spend longer in a scented area that they like. And if you can imagine your shop or a coffee shop or somewhere where, you know, there's money around, the reason why they're scenting is because they want you to spend more money. There's a lot of psychological things that go on with regards to scenting. So never underlook the power of scenting. Tip number 2 is bedding. Now, you will want to invest in high quality bedding. So, oh my goodness, I mean, waking up in a hotel or even getting into the hotel bed in the first place, the nice crisp sheets. So they usually use a high thread count when it comes to the actual sort of bed sheets or the duvet cover that's used, and the pillows are all nicely plumped. But you can do that yourself at home. And I'll tell you something else as well. If you haven't got a mattress topper for your home, what you can do is put a quilt underneath the actual sheet itself and use that as a mattress topper. It will feel quite lovely and soft. You can do that as well. So bedding, oh, isn't it just amazing, that feeling of getting into bed with nice, fresh, ironed, laundered sheets. I really like that feeling personally, and you can create that at home and it would just make you feel so lovely. I mean, when was the last time you made sure all your pillows at home were really plumped up like they do in the hotels? The next tip is to declutter. That's right. Make sure that your space is clutter free. Think about when you go into a hotel, they might have shelving around, but everything is perfectly placed and items stand out. Now, they usually have large items around as well as small items. For instance, you'll quite often see large vases, sort of oriental sometimes, of different textures. There's a lot about different textures and tones when you go into hotels. You might see, like I say, a really large vase which is beautifully decorated, and your eye is just drawn towards the vase, say for instance, or an ornament. And if you think about maybe your home, do you have all different ornaments around and your eye isn't drawn to anything in particular? So like I say, it's all about textures and tones and actually making sure the ornaments are standing out so they look very unique. So have a look at that as well about decluttering, because it would just make everything just feel so much nicer. Tip number 4 is mood lighting. So I never have what I call the big light on. I don't like the big strip lights that you can get, which not many people nowadays you'll find in kitchens. It's the harsh lighting, you know, and I'm all about having very nice ambient lights that are around. So lamps, candles. I don't like the harsh lighting at all. In fact, I actually see that as loud. If I'm in an area and there's all this harsh lighting, it just feels so loud to me. Do you know what I mean by that? Because I just like soft lighting, always have. Like I say, it gives me a bit of a headache if it's all like really harsh. So if you're looking to elevate your space, definitely consider lots of mood lighting by lamps, by candles, and also, right, if you can, consider down lighting as well. Now this is where lighting is on the floor and it just lights up certain areas of the home. That is very luxurious indeed. Tip number 5 is to create a spa-like feeling in your bathroom. Now, this is achieved by not just scenting and keeping it clutter-free, but investing in the fluffiest towels that you can get, because there is nothing more luxurious in wrapping yourself in a beautiful, fluffy and soft towel. So you've just come out of the shower or you've just had a bath and you just wrap it around yourself and you just feel like, oh my goodness, like it's just like out, you know, when you're staying in a beautiful hotel. And that goes for hand towels also, so that when you wash your hands, you also, when you're drying your hands, you have the most luxurious hand towel. Now, a lot of hotels as well, and it depends how you are with this. If you've got a home that is filled with different people, you might want to do what they do, and that's a lovely wicker basket. And what they do is they put flannels as hand towels, and what they do is they wrap them so neatly and beautifully, and they have them all piled up in the actual wicker basket, and then you wash your hands and then you take one and then dry it, and then you have another wicker basket which is for your flannels to go in after you've used them. Because some people, if you find that your home has, say, people that you don't want to share a hand towel with, I think it's just, oh my goodness, it does elevate spaces when you have that, rather than, have you gone into sort of like the cheaper type hotels and they just have like the paper towels there, you know? But this is what the high end or the boutique ones have. They usually always have that wicker basket, like I say, beautifully folded. And also, if you've got guests coming and you want to elevate your space as well, consider making sure that all the towels are beautifully put together as well. And if you're setting up a guest room, like I say, a beautiful fluffy towel, the hand towel, and some little toiletries as well will really make your guests feel so welcome. So these are 5 really simple tips that you can start putting into place immediately. What's your favorite? Or do you have a really simple tip that everyone goes, oh my God, like they make your home so luxurious? And if you have guests staying, they always go, oh my goodness, you know, this is amazing. You make it so lovely. Let me know in the comments below if you've got that super tip as well. So if you like this type of content and you love luxury for less, then please do give me a follow. And if this resonated with you, please do like the video. It really helps creators like myself. So anyhow, take care. Bye-bye.